I actually hired a business coach to help me with the marketing, and it was actually one of the best investments that we made. Bringing in the business coach definitely helped us look at everything from a different standpoint and bring us ideas that were more balanced.
Donnie, thank you so much. It's a pleasure to have you on the Brokers Hot Seat today. Excited to learn a little bit more about what you and your agency are doing and the plans that you have for the future. Tell me, as a second generation agency owner, what's something that you have learned taking over the family business that you feel like maybe other generational agency owner people taking over agencies would like to know?
So my biggest lesson was learning how to take the agency from the marketing standpoint from one generation and putting new stuff into the business.
Yeah. Okay. That's something that we've seen as we've talked to agencies on the broker hot seat is that there are a lot of things that have changed in insurance over the last 3 to 5 years. There's AI on the market, lots of software. Tell us about some of those tools and things that you've implemented that have been helpful for your agency.
Okay, so like when I started, they had a website that was built and then never touched.
Yeah. Okay.
They were doing absolutely nothing with it. So I started working with the website producer and getting it set up so we could take in leads and it was driving business. I've been working on SEO, building up our Google platform and doing all of that type of stuff to give us an online presence that we never had.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of agency owners are interested in learning about marketing strategies and different tools that they can do to drive more business. What would you say has helped you to be the most successful with a marketing strategy? What things have you implemented that you wouldn't mind sharing with other agency owners?
I actually hired a business coach to help me with the marketing, and it was actually one of the best investments that we made.
Awesome. What are some things that you feel like, with the guidance of a business coach that you have received that maybe you wouldn't have if you weren't working with that person?
He kind of helped us look at it from a different perspective. Like, I was working with my father. He was very one-sided in the way things should be done. He started in the insurance business selling life insurance door to door. And that was his concept of this is how we market. We've got a really good Yellow Pages ad, even though nobody ever looked at the Yellow Pages at that point in time. And so everything that I tried really wasn't when I first started, wasn't familiar with the business. I wasn't familiar with how to market insurance. So he was my only guidance. Anybody else that I talked to in the business was also in his generation and had the same attitude towards everything. Bringing in the business coach definitely helped us look at everything from a different standpoint and bring us ideas that were more balanced.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's one of the biggest advantages that we see to multi-generational agencies is that you bring a brand new perspective on how to do business. And I think that helps you pivot and evolve with the insurance industry as it pivots and changes, like we've seen so much recently. Speaking of that, I mean, tell us about maybe one of the challenges that your agency has experienced over the last year and how you overcame that.
The biggest challenge has been homeowners insurance and auto is not so much, not as bad now, but homeowners insurance is still a very touchy thing. One of our largest appointments kind of got rid of most of their agents in the state. And that was a huge challenge to try and roll that business over when the market was shedding so many policies and not taking anything in. So we had to think about how to keep most of that homeowners business and roll it into an E&S market without losing the business.
Yeah, yeah. I see a lot of former veterans in the insurance industry. You yourself served in the Navy. How long
Yes.
were you in the Navy for? And what were some of the things that you learned there that are now helping you in the insurance world?
So I did 21 years in the Navy. Just management and organization skills is what definitely carries over.
Yeah, yeah. I would agree with that. And also just like you mentioned, tough times with homeowners insurance, just that grit, keep going, find a way to overcome that.
Right.
I also noticed in your background that you have some experience as a chef and that you've gone to culinary school. Has any of that been able to translate or help you out in the insurance industry?
It's definitely helped me build my business with restaurants
Yeah.
because I understand their business model. So it helps me go in and talk their language and build a comfort level with them in order to bring that business in.
Yeah, absolutely. And I imagine creativity. You seem, having that background being in food, there's an element of creativity to that. And I'm sure that you're able to incorporate that into your insurance agency. And that really brings me to my next question. What's, something about your insurance agency that would help you stand out to potential clients over maybe working with another insurance agency?
So we try to keep the agency more in a boutique status. I would rather have less higher quality clients than a large amount of lower quality clients, I guess is the best way to put it. So we look for medium-sized businesses that they want that personal touch. I'm the primary agent and do most of all the business. I have brought my son into the business now, and he's heading life insurance at this point in time. And eventually I'll bring him into doing P&C. So really the entire business is run and all the servicing is done by me and my personal assistant. And in the background is my husband taking care of all the finances.
Awesome. Awesome. So sounds like there's potential for a third generation Browne insurance
Yes.
agency. Is that something that's on the horizon?
Oh
Cool.
yeah, definitely.
That's awesome to hear that you're keeping the family business in the family. Next question that I have for you, what are some of the pros to being able to offer that boutique type service to your clients? Like what are some things that they've said to you that they really appreciate about you being able to offer that service?
It's most of my commercial clients just like, especially with a lot of contractors, they're going out there bidding on business in order to get anything done. These people they want certificates of insurance. And when they're competing with other contractors, if I'm able to provide that certificate of insurance within a couple of hour window, that gives my clients an advantage when they're bidding on jobs. So that type of service is what they're looking for and what they're getting from us.
Gotcha. Okay. Last question that I have for you here, Donnie. In your experience, what are maybe some of the misconceptions that people have about the insurance industry that as you've worked through it, you'd like people to understand, hey, that's not how insurance agents are. That's not how the industry is as a whole. Anything that you would say or share with others on that?
So I find that a lot of people that are shopping for insurance don't want to give the agent the information that they're asking for. I think that they have some impression like we're making up the prices. They don't understand that by getting all the information and how much they're currently paying and what their current coverages are tools for us to find them a better product. And they don't understand that it's not us trying to fish for what we can charge them based on what they're already paying.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of people will come in and say, well, I got an email saying that I can get my full coverage insurance for $59 a month. And they don't understand that that's an email that's going out just to get your information. And there's no way you can get insurance for that price.
Right, right. And that's what I've seen as well in the industry is that the best way to provide someone with the best quote is to gather as much information that you can and provide that to all of your carriers and get the best quote available for
Right.
them. And put that together in a nice, neat comparison sheet for them to see all of their options and that work that you put in. But it's impossible to do that without sharing
Right.
that information and having that collaborative effort to find the best premium rate for them.
Yeah, exactly. And one of the big things I do, because we moved our business from Northern California up in San Francisco Bay Area, and over the last couple of years, we've moved it down to Palm Springs, California. So one of the things I'm doing, especially with this homeowners market, is I get a lot of people coming in because their prices have gone up ridiculously. And a lot of people come in with their policies and we'll sit down and go over them, and I'll pull up an insurance quote and show them how good the price is for the company that they already have, and explain to them that they're way better off staying where they're at right now. And I probably get 50% of my local leads based on the honesty of telling somebody that they should stay where they're at.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's great to hear. And that's really what, all of us are looking for in an insurance agent is someone that we can trust. And, that's what I've seen as well. 90% of the time, premiums across all carriers have gone up so much that their current rate, is the best rate that they have now. And so, you being willing to share that with them, I'm sure opens up a lot of opportunities for business in the future, even if it's not at that moment. And again, another differentiator between you and maybe some of the other agencies is just making sure that you put the client first and giving them the best rate. One last thing here, Donnie, how could anyone listening to our podcast today get in touch with you if they are interested in working with a new agent for either personal or commercial lines or
So
life insurance as well?
we are on the web at browneinsurance.com. I understand that it's Brown with an E, so it's www.browne, BROWNE, insurance.com.
Awesome. Awesome. And you said you have 2 locations. You said Palm Springs
Our
and
primary location now is Palm Springs. We have a virtual location that I'll travel to in San Jose and also San Francisco, and then up in the Sierra Mountains up by Lake Tahoe.
awesome. Awesome. Do you have any social accounts that they could read, Facebook or LinkedIn?
Facebook is at browneinsurance.com.
I just want to thank you so much for being here on the Brokers Hot Seat. It's been a pleasure getting to know you, getting to know your agency, the plans that you have, and some of the challenges that you've been able to overcome. Your background as a veteran, we want to thank you for your service, and we're excited to continue following your journey and growth as the agency grows, hopefully into generation 3 in the Browne family.
Yes. And the Facebook is Donald Brown Insurance Services, and Google is also the same.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, I'm sure that, we'll get plenty of business driven that way for you here as a result of our call today. And, looking forward to staying in touch. And again, I just want to thank you so much for being here.
Great. Thank you very much.